The Chicago Bears have spent the better part of a decade trying to solve one riddle. How do you build a consistent, winning football team with elite quarterback play? After years of cycling through coaches, quarterbacks, and philosophies, there is finally a glimmer of real hope. And it starts with Caleb Williams. Looking back at last season, the picture is not entirely flattering. The Bears' offense was statistically one of the worst in the league. Struggles in efficiency, productivity, and play design plagued nearly every game. Yet, in that storm, Caleb Williams showed something very few rookies ever do: brilliance under pressure. Forget the overall record. Forget the first three quarters. Look at the fourth. Caleb Williams ranked top 5 in the NFL in fourth quarter passing yards and touchdowns with just 2 interceptions, despite being placed in one of the most dysfunctional environments in the league. He was playing behind a porous offensive line with predictable play calling and often facing large deficits. And still, when the game was on the line, he delivered. Head coach Ben Johnson has already acknowledged this intangible. When the lights were the brightest, Caleb showed up, he said. That clutch gene, that ability to remain calm and execute when everything else is falling apart, is something you can't coach. It comes from within, and Williams has it. Despite not winning many games, Caleb Williams repeatedly positioned the Bears for victory in crunch time. That alone offers hope, because the wins didn't come due to missed kicks, coaching mismanagement, and defensive lapses, not quarterback play. The comparisons between Williams and CJ Stroud stirred up some drama last year, but the numbers speak for themselves. Caleb had more yards, more touchdowns, and fewer interceptions despite playing on a weaker team. And when it came to composure, Williams looked every bit the future star. Before we get to the new offensive plan, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and press that bell icon so you never miss a Chicago Bears update. Enter Ben Johnson, the man who transformed the Detroit Lions from a struggling offense to one of the most dangerous units in the league. Now has the keys to the Bears' future. Johnson is not just an upgrade, he may be the X factor who finally unlocks Caleb Williams' full potential. In Detroit, Johnson's early game scripts were among the best in the league. The Lions scored on 6 of their first drives in 2024. Jared Goff ranked top 10 in both positive play percentage and explosive play rate in the first quarter. The Bears? Not even close. They went all 17 games without scoring a first drive touchdown. 13 of those opening drives ended in a punt or turnover. Only 6 total points were scored on first possessions all year. That's not just bad. It's catastrophic. Ben Johnson is expected to flip that script completely. With him scripting plays and Williams executing them, the Bears should open games with rhythm, creativity, and production. Chicago averaged just over 11 points per game last year. The Lions, under Johnson, averaged nearly 27. That's more than double. Johnson also brings a philosophy that Chicago hasn't had in years: build your offense around your quarterback's strengths. Goff succeeded because Johnson gave him clean pockets, short completions, and strategic play sequencing. Now imagine what he can do with someone as physically gifted as Caleb Williams. The gap in athleticism between Goff and Williams isn't even close. And make no mistake, Johnson didn't leave Detroit and Goff for nothing. He sees something in Williams. He sees potential that can be shaped into greatness. But there's more than just strategy. Johnson is already hard at work rebuilding Williams from the ground up. Not just his footwork and timing, but his leadership, his communication, and his decision-making at the line. Williams isn't just learning a playbook, he's learning how to run an offense like a veteran. The goal: make sure Caleb isn't just a fourth quarter savior, but a full game general. One stat sums up the Bears' 2024 season. They were forced to throw the ball 308 times in the second half, ranking 6th in the league. Why? Because they were constantly playing from behind. Meanwhile, their 213 second half rushing attempts ranked just 23rd. The Bears were predictable, one-dimensional, and easy to defend. In contrast, the Lions ranked 8th in second half rushing attempts. They played with leads. They dictated tempo. Johnson's offensive balance kept defenses guessing. And it wasn't just early and late game woes. The third quarter became a nightmare for the Bears. Caleb Williams was the most sacked quarterback in the NFL during that frame. No protection, no momentum, no room to breathe. Jared Goff, on the other hand, was sacked just 6 times total in all third quarters combined. This is why Johnson's influence is so critical. Under his guidance, the Bears won't need Caleb to play hero ball. Instead, the game plan will carry him, not the other way around. Already in mini camps and OTAs, we're seeing changes. Caleb is making quick decisions. He's finding targets over the middle. And for once, he has a center who can hold a block. Johnson has even begun overhauling Williams' leadership style, teaching him how to command the huddle, project confidence, and take control of the offense pre-snap. This kind of holistic development matters. It turns promising quarterbacks into franchise leaders. And Williams wants that. Back in October, he made a comment that was mostly overlooked. I want to control as much as I can. That wasn't arrogance. It was ambition. He didn't want to do it all himself. He just wanted a system that trusted him to lead. Now he has it. Before the team broke for summer, Johnson offered this insight. We've loaded him up. We've tested him with long play calls, multiple reads, tempo. And he's getting better in every facet. The Bears finally have a coach and a quarterback who believe in each other. And with that mutual trust comes possibility. Think back to last season's key games. Against Minnesota, Washington, and Green Bay, Williams delivered in crunch time. Game-winning drives, clutch throws, calm execution. The only thing missing? Team execution around him. That changes now. Johnson won't put Caleb in a hole just to dig him out later. The new plan is to build a 4-quarter offense that leads, that scores early, and that doesn't need miracles in the final moments. Will it work overnight? Maybe not. But the direction is finally right. With Ben Johnson's game planning and Caleb Williams' clutch DNA, the Bears might not just be competitive in 2025. They might be dangerous. This season isn't about hype. It's about execution. And if the pieces fall into place, Chicago might finally stop winning the offseason and start winning Sundays. The Chicago Bears have the ingredients for a transformation. A generational quarterback talent in Caleb Williams. A forward-thinking, detail-driven head coach in Ben Johnson. And a renewed focus on strategy, execution, and leadership. It won't be easy, and it won't be instant. But for the first time in years, Bears fans have a real reason to believe. This isn't just about potential. It's about progress. If Johnson and Williams can get on the same page and elevate those around them, we could be watching the birth of something special in Chicago. A new identity, a new standard, a new era of Bears football. Stay tuned, because this story is just getting started. Bear down.